So, we're back. We're back for more of the conditional. Now, we just talked about the regular conditional. Go back to my previous video, okay? We're going to move on with what we call the irregular conditional. Irregular means that it's not going to be very much alike, meaning that you're not going to take your infinitive and add those endings to it anymore. This is not going to work, okay? It's going to be a lot like the future tense. Go back to the videos about the future tense, the irregular. You remember? The irregular future tense had a selection, a list of verbs that had to have a stem change, a complete spelling within the stem. We're not talking about like a real stem change, like, you know, with a stem changing verb type of situation. No, this is not a stem changing verb situation we got here. We're talking about a complete change within the spelling, the whole spelling of the stem. So for instance, if I take the verb saber, which is to know, what's going to happen here, instead of keeping the infinitive and adding those conditional endings, I'm going to change the spelling of that stem. And instead of adding saber, I'm going to have sabre, S-A-B-R. And then I'm going to add my conditional endings. Okay, same thing with aber, okay? Right? You know, aber is another way of saying to have in Spanish. Highly used with, of course, must be used with the present perfect. Okay? You will learn that shortly with my next instructional video, so stay tuned for more instruction. Okay? Now look at this. The verb poder. Poder is to be able to. Can. I can study. I'm able to study. Okay? In Spanish, you're going to take the verb poder, and what you're going to do, okay, you're going to spell it such as podr, P-O-D-R. Haber, aber, H-A-B-R. Okay? Querer, which means to want. Likewise, here you're going to have to change that spelling. And what you're going to get here is very different, really. It's like you're going to have a double R. And that's going to be, listen to the sound, R, quería. Okay? Alright? So, think about it. Just don't panic. Just think about it. Assimilate it first. Alright, so what have we been talking about? We've got a change of spelling within the verb itself, okay? Saber, haber, poder, querer, okay? I'll take those four as a base example. What we've done with those guys, okay? We have simply got the last two letters of the infinitive out. We got them out. The last two letters of the infinitive, and we replaced them by, watch this, we added an R at the end of the stem. You take saber, take off the ER, you're going to get sab, right? You add the R to it, it becomes sabre. Then you add your conditional ending, sabria. Okay? You do the same thing with aber, abria. You do the same thing with poder, podria. And for the record, we did the exact same thing with querer. We took off the ER, and having an R at the end of the stem already, we just added another one, querría, double. And you keep up down the line, you got poner, okay, to put, same deal, get rid of the ER, erase the ER and replace it by, okay, ia. But before you do this, make sure, right, you get the DR added onto it. So it's going to be pondría, okay? It's fairly easy when you think about it, you know, it's like poder, poner, just got to visualize it, okay? Take off the ER, add ria to it, okay? And you get pondría. Same thing with salir, to leave, alright? Take off the IR, guess what? Add dria to it. That's going to make it easier actually. Let's go for the dria. It's, you know, I'm trying to find an easy way for you to remember it. But I'll be honest with you. You're going to have to sit down, you're going to have to spend the time, you're going to have to visualize it, okay? Because memorization is going to be very important at this point. We are pretty much stepping into Spanish 3. I would say bringing in Spanish 4 as well. Basically, you know, we're basically talking about Spanish level 3 in college here, okay? Which is not a problem, I mean, it's Spanish anyway. Alright, so watch this. If you take the verb tener, same thing. You get rid of the ER and you're going to replace it by dria. Tendría, tendrías, etc. Valer, to value, same thing. Valdría, venir, to come. Vendría. And of course, you go all the way down the line, adding your conditional endings, but the fact that you change the spelling within the stem, right, it's going to imply the fact that those verbs are irregular. Thus, we call them the irregular conditional. Now look at hacer and decir. It's just like for the future tense, you know, hacer, the C goes away and gets replaced by a R, right? That's what you had in the future tense, remember? You see, the conditional and the future they are very much alike. They work the same way. Future implies will be. Conditional implies should or would be, right? Well, you know, in Spanish, you're going to do the exact same spelling. And of course, if you take a verb like, you know, hacer, well, the C goes away and gets replaced by R. It's going to become haría. And decir, okay, well, you know that hacer is to make, to do. All right, I don't need to really emphasize that. It's a well-known fact. And as far as decir, you know, decir means to tell, okay, to say. And this is my favorite one here, I think, because watch what happens. With decir, just like for the future tense, irregular, you gotta change, you know, you really have a stem change here, like we're used to, where the E turns into an I, okay, and you keep up with ria at the end. So it's gonna be, watch this, diria. Let's conjugate this one, it's my favorite one. We gotta conjugate one at least, okay, for the form. Repeat after me, come on, take your time. All right, you ready? Diria, dirías, diría, diríamos, diríais, dirían. Okay? Look, I've tried the best I could to explain to you how it works. Remember the future, remember the conditional. They're like twin tenses. Okay? They work the same way. You keep your infinitive and you add your endings. In this case, conditional. Remember your irregular verbs that you had in the future. They're the same in the conditional. This is how we get the irregular conditional tense, right? Alright, once you remember that difference in the spelling of the stem, you simply add your conditional endings and you got it made. Voila. Okay? Well, thank you for watching this video. If it's still kind of funny, just back off a little bit, think about it, come back to it, and click again. You know, you click and you play it again. Alright? Well, thank you for watching this and have a good one.